it's a home built in 1886 that still was in good shape, but it had been modernized over the years. We spent a lot of time getting it back to its original form, and our last major project was to build a barn. We had a small barn. It was also built, we think, around 1886, but it just wasn't functional. But we were looking for a barn that more or less duplicated that. We wanted to duplicate the profile, and Sand Creek was real good about taking one of their more standard barns, but modifying it so it looked like, we think, a lot like the Victorian barn might have looked if it had been bigger and deeper. So we were pleased with that result.
We decided we'd start with meeting with folks at Sand Creek. So we went out to Wayne, Nebraska, got to meet not only our salesperson, but most of the crew that were going to be working on it, right down to logistics at the end. They set our expectations. They told us exactly when the wood would be cut, when it would be delivered. They hooked us up with the best team ever to build the barn. And in fact, this was their 20th one they've built. And they were spot on perfect. Barn was built in 10 days.
And 10 working days.
10 working days. And really, it was just, there were no flaws. It worked absolutely perfect, just like they said it would. And we were thrilled.
We use the barn as garages for our trucks we use every day. But for us, a big part of it is we're farmers. We live in town, but we have farms around town, around either side of town. So we keep our Kawasaki mule on a trailer here, and it's kind of an easy place to position. We go out in the morning, pull it out of the barn, and we're off. And then when we're done in the evening, we can just back it in.
And we're still getting settled in. The barn was just built in May, so we're up here in the loft and trying to figure out how to use the space. And we think we're going to turn this into like your workroom. I've got lots of projects for it. So, so we're still continuing to adapt the barn just the way we want it to be. We put a sink in downstairs for my gardening. So there'll be a whole side of it that's dedicated to gardening. I would just, if I had to do it over again, I would Sand Creek right away. First one I'd recommend to anybody. Everything was spot on perfect.